This edition of the Library Connection was sponsored by the estate of Eileen Bissell of the San Jacinto Valley. She had a passion for reading and education and loved the Hemet Public Library.
Welcome to the Library Connection. I'm Kurt Stingley, President of the Hemet Library Foundation. Joining me is one of our board members, Michael Huerta.
We have the privilege of having one of the best libraries in the Inland Empire here in Hemet. With over 90,000 books and materials to choose from, you can find information on almost any subject that interests you.
One of the best quotes about libraries comes from Carl Sagan. The library connects us with the insight and knowledge, painfully extracted from nature, of the greatest minds that ever were, with the best teachers, drawn from the entire planet and from all our history, to instruct us without tiring, and to inspire us to make our own contribution to the collective knowledge of the human species. I think the health of our civilization, the depth of our awareness about the underpinnings of our culture, and our concern for the future can all be tested by how well we support our libraries.
This quote by Pulitzer Prize winner and scientist Carl Sagan encourages all of us to support our local libraries. You can support our library by getting a library card and finding out about all of the programs, events, and services that are offered at the Hemet Public Library.
That's true, Michael. Our Hemet Public Library has so much going on each week for patrons of all ages. There are programs for preschool, elementary age children, teenagers, adults, families, and more. Books are only the starting point of learning and entertainment at the library.
The children's area is a wonderful place for families with little ones to start on the reading adventure. The Learn and Play learning kiosk was created specifically to help preschool children to learn colors, numbers, and shapes while playing. These initial steps of learning are essential for children to match symbols to concepts and then concepts to letters and words.
Children are able to interact with the exhibit and other children, learning the social skills needed when beginning school. Parents and guardians can observe their children for early indications of visual difficulties such as dyslexia, where the child sees numbers and letters in a different or reversed order.
Observing a child who does not seem to hear other noises and conversations can lead to an early detection of a possible hearing loss. Watching a child manipulate the items on the Learn and Play station can help a parent or guardian notice possible visual problems. Early detection can help a child receive specialized assistance so that he or she can succeed in school.
For the youngest of our patrons, the library has preschool story time every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Our librarians and volunteers read popular and award-winning books out loud in the children's area to help interest the children in learning to read. Reading out loud to children helps them hear the patterns and rhymes of the written word. Listening to someone read a book also helps the children with their spoken language skills and increases the children's own vocabulary bank of words.
The library offers monthly children craft activities. These craft activities help the children with their hand-eye coordination and are just plain fun. From picture books to reading primers to beloved classics, you can find something to interest even the pickiest of readers. Our children's library and reading area is a great place to begin a lifetime of learning.
The children's area also has several computer stations dedicated to reading and educational programs, specifically designed for the younger learner. With the keyboards color-coded for easier usage and individual headphones, these computers guide the children through the alphabet, numbers, and beginning reading words in a fun and musical journey.
We have a reading area that is dedicated to our teen patrons. The teen reading room was created so teens could read and study together in their own special area. There are events throughout the year designed for the active teen reader. This past year, events have included a teen summer reading program and a Halloween-inspired fall event.
The teenage years are a very important time to develop lifelong reading habits. The Hemet Public Library has many books to keep teens interested in reading, such as the Percy Jackson series, the Harry Potter series, and the Goosebumps series. The library also has copies of many of the required reading books for school, such as Romeo and Juliet and The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn.
Adult readers can find a wide range of selections to read and enjoy, but not every adult is a good reader. Because of family responsibilities or moving around a lot as a young person, many adults do not read to the minimum literacy levels needed to be able to read at even a 5th grade level. This inability or limited ability to read affects all aspects of a person's life, and it impacts the lives of their families and community.
I work with severely handicapped 18 to 22-year-olds. I can understand the fear and the struggles they go through.
Christy Klontz struggles with reading and writing.
My dad would do things like hand me a dictionary, and because I couldn't spell, and he'd say, "Here, find the word." And I would tell him, "Dad, I can't find the word. They all look the same." I remember in elementary school being sick, not able to go to school. You know, I would get a stomach ache or make up excuses why I couldn't go to school. I was officially diagnosed when I was 40 years old that I'm dyslexic and I have a visual processing disorder. That was actually really a relief. That because all your life you hear, "Oh, you're just lazy, you're not trying hard enough." He apologized to me and he said, "You know what, I'm really sorry." And that was very healing for me. I mean, life is hard. And I know a lot of people have had a hard life, but when you start reading and writing and educating yourself, things do get better. I would never, ever imagine I would be where I'm at now, especially going to college. It is so worth it to do it. It's not fast, but it's worth it. You can stand a little straighter and feel good, like you can take on the world.
Libraries change lives.
The Hemet Adult Literacy Advocates offer assistance to help adults improve their reading skills. Tutors work with adult students on an individual basis to help them through the reading lessons. The Adult Literacy Program, through financial assistance from the Hemet Library Foundation and the Friends of the Library, now has computer programs to help these adult students to learn at their own pace. The program also helps these adults to learn how to use computers for their jobs and their families.
Speaking about computers, the Hemet Public Library has over 50 free public access computers for use by our patrons and visitors. These computers are available on a first-come, first-served basis. Printing is available for a minimum cost.
Our library has free Wi-Fi access for our patrons and guests. There are study areas with tables so that you can come in, bring your own laptop, and work on your own homework or access the internet for job applications or other online applications.
Computers and computers proficiency are now a required part of life. For those families with school-aged children, many of the mandatory state tests, such as the STAR test, will be taken on computers starting in 2014. If your household does not have a computer or computer access, please schedule some time to come down to the Hemet Public Library and work with your children on our computers. The more comfortable the children are with computers, the better their test scores will be.
That's right, Michael. One of the benefits of having a Hemet Public Library card is access to the online services, which includes practice tests for the STAR test, the CASI, California High School Exit Exam, and the SAT tests. Your students can take these practice tests to help them become familiar with the content information and format of the tests.
The mission of the Hemet Library Foundation is to support and enhance the programs and the book collections of the Hemet Public Library. We have produced a short video to explain who we are and how we support the Hemet Public Library.
Where can I find a recipe to make gnocchi? Where can I find pictures of gnomes? Where can I find more information on GNUs? Where can I find information on GNATs for my school project? At the library!
The Hemet Public Library is proud to be celebrating 100 years of service to our community.
Hello, my name is Wayne Disher, and I'm the Library Director for the City of Hemet Public Library. I'm honored that the Hemet Library Foundation has asked me to take part in this presentation. On behalf of the library staff and our Board of Trustees, I want to thank the Hemet Library Foundation for its continued support. Our Library Foundation plays an important part in our mission to provide the community with the materials and services necessary for self-education, informed decision-making, and recreation. And it's great that the Foundation is getting the chance to shine and for you to learn a bit more about what the Foundation does and how you might be able to help them. You know, anyone with his or her eyes open knows and acknowledges that success today depends on information, access to it, and the skills to use it. And it's been recognized that a more just society is founded on the notion that the people have an inherent right to free access to information. And it's precisely this notion that I believe propels the Library Foundation to support us. The Hemet Library Foundation believes in the critical role of our library, and it helps me support that role. Basically, we believe simply that public libraries are more essential to the welfare of our city than ever before. That our library is being used in record numbers because the people of this community know and appreciate how libraries add immense value to their lives and property. Now, these are lofty claims, but they are also 100% true. An independently conducted performance audit of the library showed that for every dollar spent on our library, the city received the equivalent of $5 in return. Now, for you investors out there, that's a 5-to-1 return on investment. Obviously, the library is the smartest investment the city could make in terms of the results it gets. We use every penny we get wisely and always with the public's best interests in mind. We take to heart the trust and faith you, our community, has put in us in providing the best library service possible. The legacy of this library, this gift, can be measured only in the knowledge, understanding, and wisdom gained through its use, in the opportunities created and imaginations inspired, and the lives we have helped enrich. Without the Hemet Library Foundation by our side, I am positive this community would not have the library we have today. We all owe a debt of gratitude to the Hemet Library Foundation for its support of the library in the past, and I would like to encourage you to contribute to the foundation in any way you can, and thereby ensuring it can continue to help us in the future.
The reason I like the library is because there's mass amounts of books and DVDs for our children to come and check out once a week. The people are very friendly here. It's a wonderful environment.
The library is very important, that you can get books on tape, books on video, hardcover books, softcover books, things for your children.
I love the library because it gives me a place to study. It gets me away from the household because it's just, there's so much going on, and this is the most quiet place I know where I can just get down and studying, so that's why I love this place.
Tell them how you feel about the library.
I like puzzles, and I like to read books with my mom and my dad.
The Hemet Library Foundation has, since its inception in 2000, collected over $1 million in donations to help with the enhancement of the Hemet Public Library for the benefit of our community. The Hemet Library Foundation is a nonprofit organization not connected with any government agency or ruling body. The tax-exempt donations we collect are distributed at the discretion of our Board of Directors, which is a volunteer group of dedicated local residents. One of the programs the Foundation supports is the Hemet Adult Literacy Advocates.
Hi, my name is Lori Eastman, and I'm the Literacy Coordinator for Hemet Public Library Adult Literacy Services. The Literacy Program is a service of the Hemet Library, and this year we're celebrating 25 years of service to the community. Our program helps English-speaking adults learn basic reading, writing, and spelling skills through the help of caring volunteer tutors from our community. It's been reported in the NAAL, which is the National Assessment of Adult Literacy, that 17.7% of adults in Hemet are performing at below basic level. This means that these individuals are not able to perform a simple task such as using a television guide to find out what programs are on at a specific time, or even reading a bedtime story to their child.
After going to the Literary Center, my enthusiasm is up and my self-esteem is up real high. When I first came there, I was like, wow, I don't know if it's for me, until I met Lori Eastman my first day there, and I started learning right away. Also, since I've been at the Literary Center, I have several job offers. Now I'm working a job. Simple things like writing a check and filling out an application was difficult for me until I joined the Literary Center. It helped me to learn and helped me to be a better person.
All materials for the Literacy Program are supplied through community support. Groups such as the Hemet Library Foundation and the Friends of the Library have been very supportive of our efforts, and without them we could not be able to do the very important work that we do. I encourage everyone to support the Library Foundation in their efforts to help keep the Hemet Library the heart of our community.
The Hemet Library Foundation continues to support the incredible array of resources the library has to offer, from computers to books, databases and software, furnishings and programs, and much more.
I'm Linda Krupa, and as past president of the Hemet Library Foundation, it has been my pleasure to work with many members of our community to raise and distribute funds to enhance the library. The foundation has reached out to the public, and the public has responded by donating hundreds of thousands of dollars to make the library a cornerstone of the community with technology and programs that are not paid for by the city from the general fund. There is a quote by Isaac Asimov which says, "When I read about the way in which library funds are being cut, I can only think that American society has found one more way to destroy itself." That is a very sad commentary on society and government today. I prefer a recent comment by President Obama. At the moment that we persuade a child, any child, to cross that threshold, that magic threshold into a library, we change their lives forever for the better. I would ask that you consider making a donation, large or small, to the Hemet Public Library through the Hemet Library Foundation. It is a great way to ensure that our library continues to be the most outstanding library in Riverside County.
In these harsh economic times, the library and its programs need your support more than ever. Donations in any amount are gratefully accepted and greatly appreciated.
As we mentioned earlier, the Hemet Public Library has reading programs for preschoolers, the elementary age students, and teenagers. But we also have programs designed for the devoted adult reader. These programs include the Director's Bookshelf and Doing Literature.
The Director's Bookshelf looks at the specific book such as the Arabian Nights and then discusses the book in depth, looking at the background of the author, the themes in the book, the development of the theme, and the literary styles used to move the story along. This program is a great way to really get into the author's mindset.
Doing Literature looks at classic books such as The Life of Pi by examining the storyline and its impact on popular culture. Books are written for a variety of reasons, and this program helps the readers to analyze the stories for better enjoyment.
Books are the lifeblood of our Hemet Public Library. There are hardbound books and paperback books, but we also recognize that books come in other forms. Our library has a large collection of books on tape, as well as ebooks. You can find the complete list of these special books in our electronic card catalog in the library or online at the Hemet Library website.
The Hemet Public Library also hosts many events open to the public. The Music at the Library series, sponsored by the Friends of the Library, brings classical music, children's music, and contemporary music to the library. Many of these concerts are presented for free or for a minimum cost. These concerts are held on the second floor of the library and are listed on the library's website as well as posted in the library.
Sponsored by the Genealogical Society, the library has been the location for the annual Heritage Days, which features numerous speakers and specialists who assisted visitors in creating or filling in their family trees.
The Friends of the Library host their book sale twice a year on the second floor of the library. You can purchase gently used books with the proceeds going to support numerous programs at the library.
As a kickoff to the Ramona pageant season, the Hemet Library Foundation sponsors the Victorian Tea and Fashion Show at the library. The tea honors the heir of Ramona author Helen Hunt Jackson with fashions and items of the heir.
Our own board member, Carol Francis, hosts the Armchair Traveler, lectures about different world destinations with photographs and artifacts to get you into the traveling mood. Carol Francis has visited the places she talks about and gives a frontline perspective on the people and cultures.
And if this lecture gets you interested in traveling yourself, the Hemet Library provides services to apply for a passport or to renew your passport. Appointments are available Wednesday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 9 a.m. to noon.
If you are interested in movies and performances on film, the Hemet Public Library has a very large collection of DVDs available for checkout. From family films to ballet performances to symphony concerts, you can find something to please every member of your family. Our friendly library staff and dedicated volunteers are always available to help you find that special video.
When you wander through our library, you may have noticed numerous glass cabinets located throughout the building. These cabinets contain special collections and exhibits relating to our valley, feature art authors, and special events. During the Ramona pageant, you can find items relating to the author Helen Hunt Jackson, along with some of her earlier books and writings.
We are very proud of the 3 murals that are being completed by a local artist and her associates in the children's area of the library. Carol Henry has incorporated our local heritage and people into the murals. You can see representations of the original Hemet Carnegie Library, the Bank of Hemet, Ramona and Alessandro, and local animals and star constellations. Come down and see her work in person or follow the progress on the Hemet Library Foundation Facebook page.
Whether you are looking for a book to read for enjoyment, to read for a school assignment, or to read to a child, or an event that you can bring your family to, you can find it at the Hemet Public Library.
We invite you to take some time and come down to the Hemet Public Library and see all that we have to offer. You will be pleasantly surprised at what you will find there. Thank you for joining us on the Library Connection. On behalf of the Hemet Library Foundation, I'm Kurt Stingley.
I'm Michael Huerta. See you at the library.